All right, today on Heavy Metal Frequency, I'm reviewing At the Gates, At War with Reality. They're one of the original melodic death metal bands, along with Dark Tranquillity, Soilwork, and In Flames. And they did something very interesting. They broke up after their 1995 album, Slaughter of the Soul. They came back and did this album 19 years later, 2014's At War with Reality. It's a concept album based around the concept of the literary genre magical realism. And this is kind of like a melodic death metal dark ambient hybrid, and there's a lot of it's got some dissonance to it, even though with all the catchiness of melodic death metal. And there are a lot of different layers on this album. It's yet another one you have to listen to over and over and over and over and over again. And Thomas Lindberg's vocals are excellent. Adrian's drumming's excellent. The guitars are excellent. I say that kind of stuff a lot, but it's got some proggy touches. There's some nice flamenco notes here and there. There's some really clever use of phaser pedals on here. I love phasers. And this has a lot of awesome stuff on here. It's short enough that you can listen to it kind of like that, and you can just keep going over it and over it. Some of these, like some of the prog albums, take a very long time, and you have to... It's kind of like a marriage. You have to just go on and on and on. This doesn't suffer from that. This is a short-ish album, and you can just kind of burn through it. It doesn't take very long, and some things, this gets better the more you listen to it. A lot of stuff gets better the more you listen to it. Probably my favorite, I would also suggest getting the deluxe versions because it has Language of the Dead and The Skin of a Fire. Language of the Dead is my favorite track on here. Probably also The Head of the Hydra and some of the singles like At War with Reality, Death in the Labyrinth. But this is just fantastic. There's some thrashy notes on here. The Melodeath catchiness is just superb. It's on point. All the elements blend incredibly well because it's At the Gates. They've been doing this for an incredibly long time. And I would highly recommend picking up a copy of this. There's not a bad place to start with At the Gates, but it would be interesting if you started with, let's say, this rather than Slaughter of the Soul. And so their 95 album, and they purportedly broke up because it was so well received, which is a really great example of jumping the shark if you want to look up that term. So I love this album. I love At the Gates. They're amazing live. I really want to see them again at some point. And please pick up a copy of War with Reality whenever you get a chance. Thank you.